Coming from someone who relocated from the Midwest, here are the pros and cons of living in Naples, Florida. What's up, guys? It's your Southwest Florida real estate expert, Chloe Shook, and in today's video, we're talking about the pros and cons of moving to Naples, Florida. Now, I was not born and raised here in Southwest Florida. I got tired of the cold winters in Ohio, and after a lot of research and a lot of exploration, I decided to move to Naples, Florida. And this channel is all about my experience so far. You're gonna learn about the best neighborhoods, the best restaurants, things to do, places to eat, shopping, and more. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to my channel and tap the little bell so that you can get a notification every time I post a new video. All right, pro number one, and probably the most obvious, is the weather. In the wintertime here, it's 75 degrees and sunny, and it might get a little cooler at night, about high 50s, in the evening time once the sun goes down. In the spring and fall time, it's about 85 degrees, and with evening temperatures reaching around 60 degrees or so, 65. And then summertime is really the most unbearable season in Florida. It's 90 degrees during the day, and it does not get much cooler at night. This is also the rainy season in Florida. It rains almost every day in the summertime, usually not all day, but a pretty significant chunk. So you wanna make sure if you're going to the beach in the summertime, you wanna get there early before that early afternoon rain. It does get very humid here in the summertime. Sometimes you walk outside and it feels like you could literally cut through the air with a knife. But you do get used to it after a little bit. All right, pro number two, which kind of goes along with weather, are all of the outdoor activities here in Naples. Of course, the white sandy beaches, pools, pickleball is huge here. It's one of the fastest growing sports, and especially here in Naples. The US Open for pickleball is actually right here in Naples. There's biking, tons of jogging and walking paths. People stay really active around here. So if you're looking to stay in shape, this would be a great place to do that. All right, pro number three is taxes, or rather lack thereof. Florida, much like Texas, does not have a state income tax. And I've also noticed that the property taxes here are a little cheaper than they are in other major cities. Pro number four is ease of transportation. So not only is it pretty easy to get from place to place locally here in Naples, you're also a short drive from several other major cities in Florida. So although Naples might not have the nightlife that you're looking for, oh, hi Sunny, wanted to join us. So although Naples may not have the nightlife that you're looking for, you're just a short drive from Fort Myers, which is about 45 minutes away. Orlando's only 3 hours away, and Miami is 2 hours away. So if you're looking for a wild night or maybe a wild weekend, you're not too far away. So that brings me to my final pro about Naples, is that it is the anti-Miami. It is very quiet and peaceful here. So depending on what you're looking for, that might be a pro or con for you. All right, let's get into the cons. Number one, and most importantly, bugs, critters, creepy crawlies, and wildlife. When I first moved here, I was so excited to have a first floor condo because I have a dog, so it makes it a lot easier to take him outside, until I realized that you get more bugs on the first floor. So luckily around here, the homeowners association will usually treat for pests, not always on the inside, but usually on the outside. So they do a pretty good job of keeping it under control. And probably the worst bugs of all here, I would say, are the mosquitoes. They are ruthless. So now Collier County does spray for mosquitoes. You'll see them spraying from a plane from time to time, but they don't always get areas that are close to the preserve. One time I went to the dog park around 5 or 6 o'clock at night and I came back with 42 mosquito bites on my legs. I was putting anti-itch cream on like it was lotion. It was no longer a spot treatment kind of situation. So I don't leave the house without bug spray around that time of night, especially again in areas that are closer to the preserve. And I keep cortisone in my purse at all times. Now, in terms of wildlife, I'm sure we've all seen the viral videos on social media of an alligator in someone's pool, or some lady got attacked by an alligator. But in general, I mean, just be smart about what you're doing. Don't provoke the wildlife. Don't let your pets run off leash, especially close to a lake. And in general, just watch your back. I see lots of deer around here. People have seen black bears and boars in my community. I have not personally seen one. But in general, if you're smart and you play it safe, you should be just fine. Another quick wildlife fun fact here is that there's actually a bounty on pythons in Florida. I think it's like $50 for something up to 4 feet, and then every additional foot beyond that is another 25 bucks. So if you like snakes and you're looking for a side hustle, this might be your new gig. Okay, another con of living in Naples, Florida, which I actually did not realize until I moved here. Not that it would have impacted my decision, but there are no dogs allowed on any of the beaches in Naples. The closest beach where you can bring your dog is about 40 minutes north of here. This is actually probably a good thing because it does help keep the beaches a lot cleaner and it protects the wildlife, which Florida does take very seriously. You'll see areas blocked off on the beach all the time where they've found sea turtle nests that they don't want people disturbing. Now, the last thing I can think of in terms of cons to living in Naples, Florida are the homeowners association dues. Now, they're not all good and they're not all bad. It's just something that you need to be aware of if you're purchasing a home in a community that has an HOA. First of all, you want to make sure that the amenities that you're getting are worth what you're paying for them and that the community is being managed properly. Now, I could do a whole separate video on homeowners associations and what to look out for. So drop a comment if that's something that you guys would find helpful, but it's just something that you definitely want to do your due diligence on before making any decisions. All right, so those are the pros and cons of moving to Naples, Florida, coming from someone that used to live in Ohio. So I hope this was helpful, and if you're thinking about moving here, please, please, please reach out to me. You can call, text, email, message me on social media. I'd love to help out however I can. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.